Alright, hello everyone, it's Chris again from the planet. So I'm going to be doing a box break for the March of the Machine set booster boxes. So the storyline which you see so far is that the Phyrexian is evading the multiverse. So they have introduced a card type in this set. So they call them battles. So every single pack that you see in this set will have a battle card. So let's just go into it and I will show you exactly what I mean. Right, and then we already have a foil rare Aaron and Galeta. Oh, actually, so in this set, they actually introduced what they call a team up base. So you're gonna see two legendary characters in a single card. So in the case of this, and then we also saw our rare and or mythic card in the set. So Thalia and the Gitrog monster. So what they did for each card is that they took what each character did and they slapped it onto a single card. So Thalia herself has first strike, while the Gitrog monster has death touch. So they put those two abilities on a single card. And then while they also added some effects of each Thalia and the Gitrog monster on there. So putting additional lands on your turn, that's like the Gitrog monster effect. Creatures and non-basic land your opponent controls like also enter tap, so that's the Thalia effect. And then they also slapped on the last party ability where you can draw additional cards by sacrificing a creature or land. So that's the whole idea of the team up. So for the most part, they again slapped each like ability for what each character did and put it onto a single card, while as well as giving a new creature type with the anything. So human frog horde. So it's a really weird one. So others, and then each pack, they also did what they call the multiverse legends. So every single pack that you open will also have one of these. So in this case, you have the Daxis. And then here's the new card type that you are seeing. So it's a plane that we haven't exactly seen yet. So if anything, so this card will enter the battlefield with a number defense counter where that number is at the bottom right. So it'll come into play with 4 defense counters and it'll be placed under opponent to protect it. So sieges can also be attacked by only the player who isn't defending it. So in this case, yourself will be attacking this self. So when you remove the last counter from it, you go exile and you cast the backside of it. So the battles that you see are double face cards, if anything. So this is the Gargantuan Slab Horn. So it is a creature on the backside, if anything, with some effects that you see. But for now, let's. So they also reintroduced double face cards in the set, but so some creatures in the set will become Phyrexian. So as long as you pay the activatability cost in it. So in this case, this Nezumi Free Ruler will say white, Phyrexian, white, and 5. So you could either pay 5 colorless and a white to transforming this, or 5 mana and 2 life to transforming it, and then you turn it over and you'll get another card effect on it, as well as new stats. But for now, let's just continue on. Yeah. So for now, let's just go in. And then we already have a card from the list already. So Saraf, Realm Eater. Alright. Oh, and we already have our second mythic in the set, which is Jingataxis. So each of the prayers in the set, so a lot of the times that you get beneficial effects for you while having detrimental effects. So they're doing something very different with the Praetors in this set. So they are also double faced cards in this set. But rather than being like transforming, but on the backside, you're gonna see them as being sagas. So in order for them to be saga, you just need to fulfill the conditions on each one. So in this case, Jinga Taxes wants you to have 7 cards in hand in order for this to be a saga. And then you get all these effects as sagas. But rather than like these cards be put into graveyard or the sort, so they're gonna somewhat be like the Kamigawa based saga. So they're gonna exile themselves and then enter battlefield as their front side, if anything. So they're mostly like the Kamigawa based sagas where they come back onto the battlefield as creatures. But for now, let's just go and then we have so they also reintroduced companion as well, if anything. So every now and then you're gonna see a companion, so which they are gonna be draftable when you are drafting this set. Okay. So for those that never seen the spoilers for this set, yes, there is a lot of cards in this set, including the multiverse cards. So besides the cards that you see there, you can also open many different rares in the sets. So they also did bring back Convoke in this set, but also bringing back a bunch of mechanics, if anything. Yeah. All right, but for now, let's just. All right, let's go and. All right, let's put this on the side for now. So here's a very unusual card. So the reason why it's very unusual because this card says this spell can't be copied. So this is the first time we've seen a card with this type of effect on it, or rule text attached to it. And then we have some commander-based rares or mythics in this set. So in the case of this one, so Begin the Invasions is a 5-color with X. Search your life for up to X battle cards with different names and you slam it onto the battlefield. Waiting, but for now, let's just. Oh yeah, speaking of it, so what they did for this set is that each of the multiverse legends that you see, their showcase version, they will be based off on their playing respective base. So to show you what I mean, yeah. So we're all Chief of Compliance. So this is the showcase that they used when they did the Masterpiece series invention. So in the case of Kaladesh, so you see this gold frame based off on that. Let's just. Oh yes. So they also introduced a new type of token. So they call incubators. But these tokens are very unique because it has a root text says transform this artifact. So tokens, there are now double face tokens that are actually transformable. So they become Phyrexians. So the mechanic for the incubator is that if a card effect actually tells you to incubate, it'll tell you to incubate then a number. So you make a incubator token, then you put X plus one counters equals to that number, and then you pay 2 to transform it. So it's normally a 0/0, but with the number of +1/+1 counters, it'll be a Phyrexian creature. But for now, let's just continue. So you're going to see a lot of different mechanics like slapped on into this set. So in this case, you're going to see cycling as well, based off on the Ikoria based plane. And then, so yeah, as a lot of multiverse legends based cards that you see, they're gonna have this showcase frame based off on the plane. So Agar will be based in Kalheim, and then Tetsuko is the Dominaria based showcase. And then I guess for those that like did see it, yes, we have a card from the list. Phyrexian Prowler. So I wouldn't be all surprised if this card has a Oracle change of this card being a Phyrexian. For now, let's just set this on the side. All right. And then we have Grafted Butcher. Yeah, so you see Goreclaw, but as the so normally we haven't been to Tarkir as seeing their showcase version of the card, so they custom made it in a way to showcase the theme as well as the plane they're from. So Goreclaw is from Tarkir, as this the plane parts of the section on that plane, Quasimas, yes, that is Tarkir if anything. Yeah, so you're gonna see a lot of different planes, including like Ravnica's, but we haven't really seen like Ravnica's based showcase version of a card. And yes, you see Heliod. So there are a cycle legendary creatures that become Phyrexian. So in the case of this Heliod, so we have, and we already see the card behind this card. So we have Heliod, the Warp Eclipse. So they had the same like cost for like most commons and uncommon cycles that pay mana or pay life to transform in the process. So for now, and then we have our Behold Multiverse Legend Children the Whispering One. So it's the original version. And yes, you see children like try to using the shush language telling you to quiet in this matter. And then we also have a theme related base card. So unfortunately, you can't exactly tell if a card is a theme or a part of the regular set or a card that you open in a theme booster base, as they actually changed the way how they do card numbers now. So there used to be like a number followed by the number of cards in the set. So this card number is 323. So normally a card that you see like this, a white card would have been in like the first few numbers, if anything, as the white cards are generally shown first. But for now, let's just continue on. All right. Ooh, and then we have a showcase Galta and Maverin. So this is Ixalan showcase version of a card that you'll see. So there's actually the gold coin that you see, and then we have the showcase version of Polychronos Reborn, which is also a double face card in the set. And this is, of course, Darrow's showcase version of a card. And then looking on the backside, you see it be having Phyrexianized, so it's metal, Phyrexian Hydra in this case. So the Polychronos backside is a callback to Wormcoil Engine. So rather having Death Touch and Lifelink, it has Reach and Lifelink. And then whenever this card or non-token Hydra you control dies, you make a 3/3 Reach and a 3/3 with Lifelink. But for now, let's just continue on. And then, yeah. Alright, so. Yeah, so Doomscar Warrior, yeah. So this backup is a new mechanic that says when this card enters the battlefield, you put a plus counter on target creature, and if you target another creature, it will gain the rule text underneath the backup ability. So the creature that you target with the effect will get a plus counter, but also will gain trample and then the rule text, the ability that you see. So when I say whenever this creature deals combat damage, so that's how the backup effect works. So that creature will gain the effect until the end of turn, if anything. But for now, let's just continue on. And then yes, you see Yargle as a reprint as a multiverse legend. For now, let's just continue on. Alright, so I'm going to try to actually skim through this the pack opening. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. So we have a card from the list, which is Seal Cloud. So this is a card that was a part of a cycle back in Battle Bonds, if anything. But for now, let's just continue on. So we have another team up base card. So we have the effects of both Rankle and Torbrand on it. And then another legendary creature we only saw in the commander decks, if anything. But for now, let's just continue on. Alright, so we have another mythic, Invasion of Innistrad. So Innistrad is another beloved plane, if anything, but this is one of the few battle cards with Flash, actually, or the only card in the set with Flash, for being as a battle. So when this card enters the battlefield, target creature opponent control gets -30/-30 till end of turn. And then the backside will say, is an enchantment that says, when this card enters the battlefield, you make 2 black zombies, and then you could exile a card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, you make a 2/2 zombie. So basically, you just have an endless stream of creatures. But for now, let's just... And then we have a commander rare from the set itself. So Liliana's Time, and then you enchant a Planeswalker that says... So Planeswalker will gain the ability of saying -8 or remove 8 loyalty counters. Put all creature cards from all grave onto the battlefield under your control. And then whenever a creature deals combat damage to enchanted Planeswalker, destroy that creature. Yeah. So there is like a defensive based card for those that want to keep. So if you want to attack it, better be prepared to like have that creature to die in the process. For now. Alright. And actually, it would do this to me. Here we go. Alright. Breach the Multiverse. So this is one of the... For those that do follow the story, yeah. So it depicts the Phyrexian ready to breach the multiverse, if anything. Jokes aside, but... Yep. And you do see a few like reprints, if anything, including Rona Children's Faithful. That's originally in Dominaria Unite, and it does use the Dominaria Showcase, if anything. And then, here you go. So this is the Ravnica based showcase, if anything. So if we ever go back to that plane, we're most likely going to like see this variant, the way how the buildings are like depicted on the side. And then we have okay, alright, let's try. Right. And then we have Archpriest of Shadows, 5 mana, 4/4, backup 1. So when Death Touch, and then when this creature deals combat damage to a player or battle, return target creature from your graveyard to battlefield. So it's a very powerful limited card, if anything. Be able to reanimate your creature right on the bat. And then we have Wraith. Huh. Oh, actually. So there are a handful of commons and uncommons set that are also only available through the theme booster. So this is one of them, actually. So yes, for those that are, so you'll never see that in actual draft boosters for any reason, because the way how the card number it's set up to be. Alright, and then here's another one. So Rona, Herald of Invasion. So whenever you cast a legendary creature, untap it, and then you can tap, draw, discard. Yeah. And then you could pay 5, pay 2, or pay 5 cardless and a black and transform it. And then Rona, Talarian Obliterator. So this is a callback to Phyrexian Obliterator, actually. So rather than having the source's controller sacrifice permanents, they're going to exile a card at random. And then if it's a land, you may put it onto the battlefield under your control, otherwise you may cast it for free. So yeah. Atras, Oracle, Half True. So this was another like card advantage engine if you needed a card advantage, but again, this is a card that you open in the Multiverse Legends. For now, let's just continue on. Alright, and then we have a card from the list. Shooter. Oh, and another mythic. So Kroxa and Kunoros. So Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. So it's super unusual for one specific reason. So Kunoros had the effect that prevented creatures from entering the battlefield from the graveyard or casting cards from the graveyard. But this effect is a little different because it has you can exile 5 cards to reanimate a creature card from your graveyard. So Kronos is mostly the opposite on that one, but seeing the way how the storyline goes, it is doing exactly what it wants to do. So it's going around the underworld to killing any Phyrexian creature for those that do follow the storyline. For now, let's just and now Rapinchi Raptor. So so this is another callback card, if anything. So for those that are unaware, it has a super unusual rule text that says when this card deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player control or battle that player protects. So if anything, it is a callback to Questing Beast. So that card used to have a lot of rule text, if anything. So this card is similarly close to that, if anything. For now, let's just continue on. Alright, and then we have another commander team up. Alright, let's continue putting down the side just to speed through the process. Oh. And we have another list card. Alright. Oh, so for those that are unaware, when you each I want to say each box, so set booster box will have at least one etch foil in this matter. So in this case, there's a etch foil Lutri, the spell chaser. Funnily enough, so for those that are unaware, when they previewed this card was preemptively banned in Commander due to the nature of its companion restriction. So Commander as a format, you could only play one ofs normally, but because Lutri says has a companion rule that says each non-land card in your deck has a different name. So that's what Commander is. So anything that isn't a basic land, you can only play one of. So basically, Lutri just basically ignored that rule. So yes, unfortunately, it had to like get banned on the spot. So it never saw the day of like Commander. And then we have another Commander based, our companion based mechanic. Yes, they did. You do see the current Oracle text on what the companion current rule is. So if this card is in your chosen command, you can put it into your hand from outside the game by paying 3 as sorcery. So while the stack is empty, you pay 3 mana to put it into your hand. Nice. Continuing on. Alright. And then we have Invasion Chorus. So when this card E2B, it deals 3 damage to each creature planeswalker. So it's a sweeper. And then on the backside, it's a creature. Alright, let's see if I can like speed this up, if anything. Oh, and then I see another team up based card. So Kogla and Yudaro. So this is the Ikoria based team up. And then and I'm already seeing a list card. The question, Pyroclasm. Oh, now this used to be an all-star in the days when the power level wasn't so high up there. Used to be see playing green red Tron in the days for those that needed sweepers against like all the aggro decks. But when you like start like upping the power in general, some cards like stop seeing play and you just need something else in that spot. Pylon. So Pylon is a pretty powerful card due to the nature of its rule text. So it's convoking it. So for the most part, you can tap out if anything and still have this up as long as you have 4 creatures, as long with one of them being black to pay for the spell. And it destroys target creature or planeswalker and then you surveil. And then oh, there's a funny interaction with Hirobi and Death Whale and the new Chandra in this set. So the new Chandra says, let me see if I can find this card. So I'll be right back. Here we go. All right, thank you for waiting. Right, so when you have these 2 cards on board, so let's bring up the Chandra effect. So the X effect that says this card deals X damage to each of up to 2 target creatures, and then with Hirobi in play, whenever creature becomes target spell ability, destroy that creature. So just imagine if your opponent has like a bunch of big creatures or like trying to go super wide, And then you're using Chandra's minus X ability to target 2 creatures your opponent controls. So those abilities going to get triggered on stat. It'll destroy those creatures. So you could do it where X is 0 and just slice those creatures up for free without spending a single loyalty on it. Yeah. So for those that like have like these in their steel pool or like happen to draft these cards in their draft decks, golly, you just basically win the entire game in a draft format like this. But for now, let's set this on side. Ooh, and now we have a showcase version of Renko and Torbaran, which using the Eldraine's showcase version. So it's like a storybook sort of thing. Oh, and we have a foil battle card. So Invasion of Fiora. So for those that like unaware, so Fiora, the plane itself, we have like seen this plane before, if anything. So for those that don't know, if you remember the conspiracy base set, that's where that setting is based off on. So to give you an idea, so the backside is Marchesa, actually, Resolute Monarch. And then her effect is whenever this card attacks, remove all counters from up to 1 target partner. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, if you haven't been dealt combat damage since your last time you draw a card, you lose 1 life. So the bottom part of your ability is a callback to the Monarch base token. So if you were the Monarch, you at the end of the turn you would draw a card, and then players around the table can fight over the Monarch. But if you're like still the Monarch, you would still draw cards, if anything. So having that type of effect normally was like deemed a little too powerful. So they try to fix it in a way where you lose life but you draw a card, if anything. But this is just for this type of effect for Marchesa. But for now, let's just continue on with the pack opening. Alright, almost done, if anything, but another 5 packs to open through, including this one. Alright. Endoskeleton, a card from the list. Alright, that's whatever. Oh, Vorinclex. So another Praetor. So again, like each of the Praetors in this set will be just creatures and then sagas on the backside. And then we have Izuri, another multiverse legend, but the original from the Commander version, if anything. So although the experience counter isn't like normally great and limited, but the effect will still apply as long as you have experience counts for any reason. So you get to take advantage of the second ability when you like put creatures with power 2 or less onto the battlefield under your control. For now, let's continue on, and then you have a new talent. Alright. And we have another commander-based card. A card that you normally saw only in the commander set. But for now, let's just continue on. Fountain Watch. So artifacts and creatures you control can't be the target spell or ability. So basically, this card text says artifacts and enchantments you control have shroud, basically to shorten. And then we have Holding Brew Lord, so it's a convoke based card. So there's a cycle of convoke creatures in this set, if anything, and they have different effects based off on what they are. We have 3 double face cards, which that's mostly usual. But otherwise, all right, last pack finally. Wow, I would never imagine like opening this much packs for this long period of time. But for now, let's just see what our final pack is. Oh, now this is a sweet one. A way to finish off the video by opening Archangel Elspeth. So this is another limited bomb, if anything. So like making creatures on plus while making like flyers for invasion to attacking the battles, as well as reanimating like permanent non-land permanents with mana 3 or less when you graveyard 2 battlefield. So for the most part, when you are playing with this card, you are gonna be tick, then minus, tick, minus, things along the lines like it. So let's just see what else we get. We have 2 showcase. And then we have another theme-based card that you only get in theme boosters normally. Oh, wow. Woo. All right. So that is it for box opening. As much as I would like to say, I think I would need to cut off the video here. Otherwise, if you do like what you see, give us a comment, give us a follow or subscribe to our channel. Comment below if you like what you see. Otherwise, so this shooting is of Thursday, April 20, and this is Chris. I will be signing off.